Yeah.
Happy birthday. I'm sorry, I lost the slip.
Thank you for coming on the presentation.
You suck. It makes you look great. You suck.
That's really weird. That's why I was thinking it's cool.
Only 9 because that was a question. They are. They are. God, I forgot.
Is that your sweatshirt in the first row? It says Morris water polo.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, it's understandable. I'll go hide. Have you eaten cake yet? Not today. Last week. I know. Such a change.
How's it?
You were actually.
I don't know how much I
Get a little crowd shot here. There you go. Well, say hi, Emily.
Oh yeah. No, don't get Sprague in the cold water. So she.
How are you? Good, yeah. We saw not a dress rehearsal, but the probably 4, I'd say, rehearsals. 2 in the dance studio and then 2 here. It's amazing that we need to see this like the back of your hand. It's just how it all comes together. So much detail. And it's just there's a whole story underlying it. But her presentation, like, she talks about this, like, one little motion with your hand can mean 3, 4, 5 different things. Or different interpretations. I hadn't thought of it.
Does Courtney not see she right now?
No,
She actually
Everything, yeah.
probably my grade. Maybe.
Thank you guys for coming. It means a lot that you're all here. And I just wanted to say, we know it's about personal stories, and I encourage you not to focus on who's saying what, but rather what is being said. Enjoy.
I remember the day my sister was born. Like, I don't remember the whole day, but I remember walking up the steps of the hospital with my dad and just like running. I don't really know if I knew what was going on. I can't really remember, but I just remember pieces of it. And we got into the hospital room, and I didn't really care about my sister. I just cared about the doll that my parents gave me because I was having my own little baby. Yeah, I think I was only about 2.5, so I can't really say that I remember the whole thing, but it definitely made an impression. It was one of the best days of my life.
All the memories that I have of childhood are not good ones. Not like in a bad way that I had a terrible childhood, but I'm the kind of person who remembers more of the bad than I do the good. And so, like, in general, I think I was a really happy child, but I don't have any distinct memories of when I was super happy.
4th grade, one of my good friends, Annie, had a birthday party, and I remember thinking like we were really, really good friends, but then I wasn't invited to the party. The kids came in on Monday, and they showed me pictures of what they did that weekend, and I saw that she had a birthday party, and I wasn't invited. And that's like kind of like a stupid example, but I remember feeling like, oh wow, I can't believe that I missed it. I didn't even get her a present. I didn't even know it was her birthday. I thought we were best friends. And I was like, it was like that, the feeling that you weren't wanted for some reason.
They came up to me and all kind of individually were just like, I don't really want to be your friend anymore. And I was just remember being really confused while it was happening, because I didn't really understand why it was happening. And one of them was like, well, I just think you're kind of weird looking. And one of them was like, I just don't really like you anymore. And one was like, I just don't want to spend any more time with you. And then one was like, I'm just saying this because my friend told me to, so because of that, I'd rather be friends with them than with you if I had to choose. And it was like probably 7 of them. And like that was, I think, obviously I was left out because I was no longer part of the friend groups that I thought I was. But I think it was also one of those times where you don't understand why you're being left out, because I think it's hard as a kid to understand why people don't like you.
I'm also insecure about like, if I have friends, like I've been doubting whether I actually have any close friends this year.
I'm insecure about how my parents think of me. I feel a lot of pressure from them about stuff that a lot of people wouldn't. My parents were always really supportive of me in school, but I feel like I have to be a good role model for my brother and sister, and a lot of times I feel like I don't live up to that. And so I feel insecure about their image of me. And I also feel insecure about my relationship with my dad, because I just don't feel as connected as I wish I would with him.
I'm insecure about my body because even though people tell me that I'm beautiful, I don't necessarily believe that. Probably because of like a lot of different things, but I just don't feel that like I'm the normal, especially here, like at my mom, where everyone's pretty much not the same, but very similar. I just feel like it makes me stick out even more. And in it, I wrote to myself, "Did you lose weight?" Like, that was, and I read it like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, whatever, once we got back, and I was like, even freshman year when I was 14 or 15, like, I was still worried about that, and yeah, so probably my looks, probably the most insecure thing.
I don't really believe in like picking like single things that you should hate about yourself and want to change.
I also just love like individuality, being unique. Like I hate it when I hate people who are scared to like express their opinions.
I am inspired by people who believe in themselves and people who believe in becoming things and achieving things that they dream about. I think it's inspiring when people stand up for what they believe in. I think it's inspiring when people aren't afraid to tell the truth, whether or not it's what should be said. I think it's inspiring when people are able to forgive one another. I think it's inspiring when people are able to admit that they're wrong and people take fault for their actions. And I think it's very, very inspiring when people are able to admit that there might be something or a purpose larger than themselves and they're able to give up whatever they want in order to benefit the people around them.
So every Sunday my family has family dinners, and we usually go over to my aunt's house or my grandparents' house. And so it was one day in August we were having just a normal Sunday dinner, and my grandma came up to me and she was telling me how my grandpa was sad that I stopped kissing him on the cheek. And I don't know, like, sometimes old people are just kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. And then the next day, he died. And I just haven't forgiven myself for not kissing on the cheek that one last time. It's just...
Yeah, I've always been scared of death. I mean, even today, like, I have this nighttime routine where I like check my closet, check under my bed, just because like it's the next sympathetic about me. You want to make the most of your life, but you have all these big dreams and they can be ruined any second.
I'm very scared of death. Scared of my home and scared of losing the people around me.
I'm less scared of dying than people not remembering me. I feel like that's like I want to make an impact. And, I'm afraid that if I die, then I won't have made an impact. But I'm not necessarily afraid of the act of dying. It's just what happens after.
I think definitely loving someone is that I need them more in my life. I can't never leave. I don't want anything to be without you. And I think that when you really, really love someone, it's not the kind of love that needs to necessarily be outright said. I don't think people need to say, I love you. I don't think you have to feel that obligation that society often tells us that we need to have. I think a lot of times when you love someone, you just know. And if you really love someone, they know that you love them because you make that clear without actually needing to say. So I think love is just something that's there, but it just happens. And I don't think you can control how you love someone or whether you love someone.
I think it means that you put them ahead of you, basically no matter what, and their happiness, or your happiness is completely dependent off their happiness, so making them happy is what your sole purpose is to do. So if you love someone, you do what will make them happy because in turn it will make you happy.
I really love good friends, like friends that you feel comfortable around, friends that you feel like you can say anything to and they wouldn't judge you, friends that you laugh with and have really great experiences with.
I love cuddling and I love smiling and I love that feeling when you know that you belong and you know that you're with people that love you. It means so much to me that people stay and that people take the effort to be with me and choose me over other people. And I love that feeling of being loved and being wanted.
Ooh, what do I hate? I hate mean people. I don't like people who judge other people without even knowing them. I don't like it when people trail off at the end of their sentences and when they like talk like this. I really hate that. I don't know. I have a lot of things I don't like actually. But there's too many to list. That's probably not a good thing.
I think about the future a lot. Like, what the actions that I take, how they affect me and how they affect other people. And I think about, a lot of times I think about bad things. I don't know why.
It's not a physical thing. Beauty could be in an action. Or something could be beautiful, but beauty can also be in an action. I think it's something that it evokes happiness out of people for whatever reason.
I think beauty is accepting who you are and not trying to change it. I think people who are beautiful are people who say, hey, it doesn't matter how I look because I'm happy and I'm happy with myself and I am accepting myself the way that I am and I'm loving myself for being that person. I don't necessarily think there's a certain image that goes along with beauty. I think beauty is definitely what you make of it. Beauty, if you allow yourself to be beautiful and you tell yourself every day, I am beautiful, you are going to be beautiful, and you will feel beautiful, and the people around you will probably take that away, being like, she's a beautiful person because she is who she wants to be. And I think beauty isn't necessarily something that's actually a tangible goal. People say, I want to grow up and I want to be beautiful, but I think that being beautiful only happens if you try not to make it happen, and you focus on yourself and you focus on making yourself happy and you allow yourself to grow and you don't put too much pressure on yourself to be something that you're not, and you just one day I feel like you wake up and you're just like, today I feel beautiful and I'm so happy to be me and I'm so happy to be with the people that I have and I'm so grateful for everything around me, and it's a beautiful life that I'm living.